Check that baby out. 36 pounds and 2 ounces. Caught it on a naked style hinge stiff rig. There's quite a bit of weed out there, so fishing to a clear patch just behind the weed and being able to drop the lead has helped to get the fish up in the water and away from the weed into the safety of my net. So I'll talk you through how I set that up in a little while, but just admire its beauty. Awesome fish. Since we captured the last fish, it's got decidedly warm. It's probably it is the hottest day of the year so far. So I've done some remodelling to my angling attire for this evening. Chopped off the sleeves and stuck a V in the front of it. Just let a bit of air circulate around my body. But yeah, I didn't really expect to get a bite now, in the middle of the day. Or in the evening, should I say. Because it's red hot. But yeah, just this one screened off out of the blue. And looks like I've got a nice common. Woke up. And the other rod's away. Oh, oh.
This one's heavy. This one's heavy.
Sort that rod out for us, mate. Well, that's an even bigger turn up for the buck. Oh, there it is, it's gone through that weed. Well, I really didn't expect this, to be honest with you. It's, I don't know, about 5:45 in the evening. It's still ridiculously hot. And yeah, as you could see, just playing that common and the middle rod just screened off. These rods aren't fished not a million miles apart, so obviously there's a group of fish just coming and have managed to pick up a couple of bites, which, like I say, I can't really get over it, but it's amazing it's happening whilst it's so hot at this time of the day. Do. Quality. It's the right result. There we go. That's the first one of the double take. Scraper 20 common, £20 two. Ooh. Give me a bit of a tussle, really. Healthy. Good scrapper. Again, on the same rig, on the naked style hinge stiff rig, and we will get round to showing you what we were doing with that, but we'll get this one back in the water and then get the other one out and photograph that. There we go. This was the fish that I heard whilst I was playing the common, 2710. It's a minter, gorgeous looking fish. Nice healthy male, spawned out. Ready to whack it back on in the winter. Stunner. Just spin around. There goes the other side of it. Stunning fish. Testament to the quality of the fish that are in this Spellbrook syndicate. It's made me a happy chap anyway. There we go. Well, it just proves that on a day where you think it would all be zig fishing, or on the surface or up in the water, that's 3-4 bites this morning, or should I say today, sorry, all off the bottom. And the hottest day of the year so far, but yeah, put it back. Right, firstly, I want to clear something up. I can categorically promise you that this garment will not, and I repeat, will not be ever made by Fox International. I have to massively apologise for it, however, as explained earlier on, it has been the hottest day of the year and I had to do a bit of DIY to it. And again, I apologise for what you've seen, but unfortunately, needs must on a day like this. Anyway, we're down at Syndicate Water, Spellbrook Syndicate Water in Hertfordshire, and we were doing some pictures and some little videos for the website and some magazine stuff. But as you can see, we've had a little bit of a result, so we thought we'd film a little bit more of it, and as such we had that double take, and that led to 5 fish for the day so far. The biggest being that 36-pound lever you see me catch earlier on. But as I said, I wanted to explain to you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and just to take you through the rig that we've been using. So I mean, when we arrived yesterday, I quickly led it around. It's quite a newish lake and there's a lot of onion weed around, but there is clear spots behind the onion weed, but it's quite thick. So it's a clay lined lake, so it is quite soft in areas as well. So I wanted to use a system where I could get rid of the lead should the fish get into any weed, or alternatively to get rid of that lead when the fish picks the bait up, so it comes up in the water away from that weed. So I've been using a naked style hinge stiff rig, and that's set up directly onto 23-pound Exocet, because there's a no leader rule on this lake. And I've got at the top here just one of our tungsten beads, and that's just pushed onto a mainline stopper. And behind that I have a quick change O-ring, and I'm running down to our tapered buffer sleeve, and like I say, I've got it set up drop-off style, so the main line's tied to a 4mm heavy ring, and on this occasion I'm using a small loop of 25-pound reflex. Now the beauty behind this method really is that you can tweak it and change it and alter it to suit your fishing. Like I say, I'm using 25-pound reflex with a 3-ounce lead at the moment, because having played around with it for a while, I know that 3-ounce lead will slide off the 25-pound reflex. If I was using a smaller lead, I'd maybe drop down to a 15-pound reflex. Basically, it's the lower diameter braid slips through the little hole at the top of the buffer sleeve easier. So you can tweak this method to suit the fishing that you're actually doing. So basically what we do is we put the needle through the hole at the top till it pokes out the bottom, thread the lead onto the loop, put the needle through the loop, and then just pull everything back through. And now the little loop has come through the top of the hole on the buffer bead. I'm going to use a small PVA stop just to secure the lead on the cast and whilst it's in the water to start with. But the PVA obviously melts and then leaves with just this loop inside the buffer sleeve. There's enough tension in that loop to be able to wind the rig back afterwards. So if I've not had a pickup or doing a recast, there's enough tension created by this little loop going back through the bead to allow me to wind the lead back in. So it's just another way that you can tweak and improve the setup. So I'll just put one of our little PVA strip stops on. It's just like a boilie stop really, but made of PVA. And then just trim that off there. So it's just a small, neat little piece of PVA. It just saves rolling up a little nugget or something. These are the stops that we use in our angled run ring kit as well. When I'm first casting out, just to make sure I found the spot correctly, I just put a boilie stop in there. There's enough tension in the boilie stop to allow me to cast it out, wait till I found the spot, get it clipped up, and then I wind it in, take the boilie stop out and just replace it with the PVA for the cast. And then the rig itself is, like I say, a small hinge stiff rig. It's made out of trans-khaki illusion on the boom and a 30-pound rigidity in the hut section. 30-pound rigidity is super stiff and it just allows me to get that curve exactly how I want it. And then we just slip this onto the quick change O-ring. As you saw earlier on, once I had that fish in the net, this allowed me just to take the rig off, just so it's easy to deal with the fish getting in and out of the water. And then we just slide one of our small micro sleeves over the top, and there we have it, a little sliding naked style hinge stiff rig. It just slides up to the top bead on the cast. The lead will plug into a little bit of the clay. This top bead can just ping off if we're getting into any trouble at all. And then once the PVA is melted, the lead's just sat in the clay and the rig just sat perfectly on top of it. It's definitely done the business on this trip. It's 5 bites, 5 fish. So yeah, give it a go.
If you'd like to watch more videos from Fox Fishing TV, then click the link here. Or if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, then click the link here.